This week at Bungie, we're back in action. It's been a while, hasn't it? Since the last TWAB, you've gotten your hands on Hawkmoon. The dawning has come and gone. Next generation consoles received some wonderful enhancements. You've released a crow from their cage, and Lord Saladin watched as you decimated your foes with stasis in the Iron Banner. On the Bungie side of things, we took a breather. This last year has been full of challenges that none of us expected. Even through everything 2020 had in store, we were able to get Beyond Light and Season of the Hunt in your hands. This did come at a bit of a cost, though, as we needed some time to recharge our batteries for a new year. We have no doubt that 2021 will have mountains to climb and unexpected surprises, but we're all excited to get back into the groove for a new year of Destiny development. So let's get this party started. We've got 4 TWABs between you and a fresh season of Destiny 2 content. You're hungry for what we've got planned, and we're eager to dish out the goods. First up, we'll be looking at a few changes to vendors, Dreaming City and Moon rewards, and some sandbox tuning for Hunter Stasis abilities in the Crucible. Rewards update, Dreaming City and the Moon. I'm kind of afraid to read this, guys. Since the launch of Beyond Light, we've been collecting what feels like a metric ton of feedback on various Destiny systems. While we've shared some plans related to rewards, DDoS protection on consoles, crossplay, and transmog, we have new details on rewards from 2 of our more recent destinations, the Moon and the Dreaming City. Rewards area lead Justin Dezette will be walking us through some changes in response to player feedback. Justin says last month, Assistant Game Director Joe Blackburn spoke about some changes we were making to gear in Season 13 in response to some feedback. Today we're going to briefly chat about what some of these changes are as they relate to our back catalog of expansions and the reasoning behind them. First, let's review a list of what you'll see starting in Season 13. Reissued Dreaming City, Reverie Dawn, and Moon Dreambane armor. These will also drop with high stats when earned in Shattered Throne or Pit of Heresy. Diver's happy so far. The final chest in Pit of Heresy will no longer drop a fully Masterwork Dreambane armor piece. Instead, the Dreambane armor piece that drops will have 7 armor energy and is guaranteed to drop with at least a plus 16 in 2 different stats and higher stats overall. Dreambane class items will not drop from this chest. Reissued 4 weapons for Dreaming City with new perks. Hell yeah! Waking Vigil, Sleepless, Vouchsafe, and Retold Tale. I'm still working on getting that curated. Dreaming City weapons that drop in the Shattered Throne dungeon can roll with perks that are unavailable from drops from other reward sources. Reissued 4 weapons for the Moon with new perk rolls. These are Premonition, Pit of Heresy only, so Kate will be happy to hear that. Heretic, Blasphemer, and Apostate. I believe those are all of the weapons that drop from the, what is it called? The ones at the top of the moon. Holy crap. Let's take a look. I can't remember the name of it. When you do the activity up in Sorrow's Harbor, I don't know why I can't remember the name of that, but those are the weapons that drop from there, which I'm really glad they're doing. Okay. Weapons that drop in the Pit of Heresy dungeon can roll with perks that are unavailable from drops from other sources. Expanding Lost Sector, Legend, and Master rotation to 4 Moon sectors. K1 Logistics, K1 Communication, K1 Crew Quarters, and K1 Revelation. That is all of the Lost Sectors. All the Lost Sectors. We are making these changes to help preserve the relevancy of the destinations, specifically some of the Pinnacle and Endgame activities that still exist there. To get more specific around the actual experience, activities where reissues are acquired will be heavily weighted towards rewarding reissued gear over capped gear, though the exact weighting and mechanisms may differ. For example, in the Dreaming City, if you already have obtained an infusion capped weapon, it will not drop for you again. Interesting. So guys, if you're trying to get a god roll of a weapon that's capped, you might want to really bust that out this week. While not every gear source or legendary reward will be kept up to date for the entire lifetime these destinations are available, We do believe there's high value in targeting some specific activity drops for continued relevancy to give you more options for where to spend time as you seek to improve your arsenal. Turn in those tokens. Since Destiny 2 launch, Guardians have been amassing vendor reputation tokens. These could be turned in for legendary gear, which would usually be dismantled for legendary shards and materials. Looking to the future, the team is excited to update the ways in which you earn reputation with ritual vendors and the rewards that come from them. Does that back at you? So Dazette says, the rewards for continuous ritual playlist completion has been a subject that's come up several times as we looked over Beyond Light feedback, and we're happy to announce some changes coming soon to Gambit, Crucible, and Strike reward structure. Firstly, we'll be adding 2 new unique weapon rewards to each of the 3 playlist rituals, so 6 total across all 3 activities. These weapons are in addition to the ones added in Season of the Hunt, and continue to have a small chance to drop at the end of each activity. Second, starting in Season 13 for Gambit and Crucible, and in a future season for Strikes, rank rewards will be visible on the ritual vendors. Each season, you'll be greeted by a few rows of rewards, progression, toward which will be earned automatically as you complete relevant playlist activities. Progression toward which you... Okay, that was written kind of weird if you're not expecting it. Instead of having rank rewards dropped automatically into your loot stream, they will now be picked up manually from the vendor lists. We feel this gives much better visibility into what you'll be earning as you progress, and helps you make better choices about where to spend your time. Interesting. So we'll be getting an Ascendant Shard from Shaxx? Interesting. Progression is on a per ritual basis. You can be on rank 10 for Crucible and rank 4 for Gambit. For example, you'll reset your rank right at the vendor by picking up the final reward. Rewards for each individual ritual are as follows. Rank 4, you get 3 times upgrade modules. Rank 7, 3 times enhancement course. Rank 10, seasonal ritual shader. Rank 13, 2 times enhancement prisms. Rank 16, seasonal ritual emblem. And reset reward ascendant shard. Really? That means lots of competitive next season, guys. Or lots of mayhem. Mayhem would be a good way to get those ascendant shards. Holy wow. Altars of Sorrow. That's right. So rank 10 and rank 16 do change after you reset your rank. Every reset gives a golf ball. Yeah, dude. That's something I'm liking. I think I'll be playing a lot more Crucible because of that. That's like the easiest way to level up. Every rank up awards a base ritual engram just like before. Additionally, each of the above ranks also awards a prime ritual engram. So we get 2. Due to this automated progression, Crucible tokens and Crucible token gifts are no longer needed and will be deprecated into junk that will delete as a full stack starting in Season 13. So cash in the tokens before the end of this season and get ready to earn some masterwork materials. Cash in your tokens this month, folks. Taking a Pass, Revenant Shatterdive, and Fishers. The conversation and feedback on rewards wasn't the only thing we were tracking over the holiday break. Many of you have been spending time in the Crucible experimenting with stasis and all of the ways in which it can change the flow of a PvP match. Prior to the break, we had a round of tuning for Warlocks. Next up, we're looking at Hunters, but also have some comments on our approach to future stasis tuning as we head into the new year. Please welcome Combat Area Lead to... Okay, it's a person telling us blah, blah, blah. Tomo says, over the holiday break, we saw Trials go live, and with that, a wealth of valuable feedback from the community. Along with this feedback, we have been tracking data from Trials and identified some short-term changes, as well as more mid-term goals we are focusing on in the coming weeks and months. Short-term goal. Address outlier stasis abilities to keep subclass decision-making interesting. Reduce the potency of Shatterdive plus Whisper of Fissures against Guardians. Going live with update 3.0.2. Shatterdive now has damage falloff versus unfrozen targets. Max range damage reduced from 50 to 5. And damage reduction during ability reduced from 50 to 25%. Whisper of Fissures reduced max min damage versus non-super players from 42 to 22 to 30 to 4. Reduced max min damage versus super players from 42.22 to 16.2. And reduced detonation radius versus players from 10 meters to 9 meters. They are investigating the efficacy of the Stasis Titan Behemoth Super. Yeah. We want to let the above change settle to see where the Behemoth stands in our PvP hierarchy. But this is next on our radar. I know everyone's pissed off about Shatter Dive, but guys, anyone who knows how to play a Titan, not me, they are terrible. As in, they're terrible to go against. Like, Titans are so strong. But people only bitch about one thing. Midterm goal, improve PvP subclass usage and win rate balance. Addressing stasis ability outliers will help us lower the ceiling, but we also want to pull up other underperforming light subclasses. Midterm goal, review our ability to gunplay balance in PvP. Destiny is a game about both explosive space magic moments and intrinsically satisfying gunplay. Yes! That should be their, that's their mission right there. Especially in our 3v3 playlist, the usage of abilities has climbed as we introduce more and more ways to charge them quickly. We're still in very early discussions, but we're looking into restoring a better balance where proper gunplay is rewarding in these playlists. A few of you noticed that prior to our holiday break, we were able to get a few sandbox changes delivered faster than expected. Thanks to changes on Destiny 2's back end and the Destiny Content Vault, our patch pipeline is indeed better than before. That said, some changes won't happen at light speed as our team wants the appropriate time to collect feedback, check the data, and test proposed changes. Once these changes have been validated, we'll be eager to get you details via TWABs, blog articles, and more. So the thing is, though, what they need to do is tell us what they are reviewing, and they don't always do that through proper channels so that everybody knows where to find that information. There's a lot Bungie doesn't tell us that they should. Worldwide community. Sometimes it can be difficult to think of how large the Destiny community has become since 2014. It seems no matter where you may be in the world, you might bump into a fellow hunter, warlock, or titan. Last year, we bolstered our efforts with the addition of 2 international community managers. Join us in welcoming a third to the team, introducing our new Russian community manager, Ivan Yanyushkin. Privyat, he says. My name is Ivan, and I am the latest community manager added to the team for Russian-speaking Guardians. In Destiny 2, I enjoy making raids more complicated by doing them with fewer than 6 people and endlessly roaming around Europa on my Warlock, which for me is a meditating experience. Some of you might know me from my past work at Blizzard Entertainment, where I worked as a community manager for different titles. So it sounds like he's replacing Deej, correct? This experience will help me, but well, he's the Russian community manager, so not Deej. Right. This experience will help me, but I will also be thankful for your guidance. Feel free to reach out to tell me what works, what doesn't, and how things can be improved for the Destiny community. One day when real-life gaming events finally become possible again, I will be ready or happy to meet you in person, but for now, let's stay in touch on Twitter, some Russian social media site, and the Russian Bungie forums. It's an honor to work with such an amazing community. My job will be to pass the voice of the players to the developers, help local content makers grow, manage Russian social media channels, and take care of many other duties. I'll do my best to be Ivan the Great, not the Terrible. P.S. Hopefully one day, I'll even get used to the fact that hydras explode after death. Spasiba. Keeping you updated. Through the holiday break, Destiny player support was at the ready, providing vital information to players encountering bugs, seeking workarounds, or just asking for help with their network setup. This week, their eyes turned towards an upcoming hotfix, preparing you all for the incoming update. This is their report. Today, background maintenance began for update 3.0.2. Most of this timeline has surpassed for today. All of it has. January 19th, we'll have more maintenance for update 3.0.2, 8, 9, 10, 11. That'll start at 11 a.m. Eastern time, which is where we are. 11:30, players will be removed from activities and won't be able to log back in. So remember, Tuesday, if you're trying to get stuff done before weekly reset, you have until about 11:30. DMG replaced Deej. Oh, that's sad. I can't hold it against DMG, but after Deej left, Cosmo did the TWAB, and I saw more MOAR, and dude, I was so butthurt over that. I can't do it, man. If you're doing PR in a professional capacity, that should not be what you're writing. I don't care who your demographic is. Call me old and cranky. At noon, Destiny 2 update 3.0.2 is rolled out across all platforms and regions. Players can log back in whenever the patch allows you to. That's not what the TWAB says, but we have a little bit of experience with this, and we know it may be 12:15 by the time you get in. Ongoing maintenance will conclude at 1 p.m. Eastern. All right. Upcoming resolved issues. Remember, so they're... Well, okay. I'll just keep reading. Upcoming resolved issues. Below is a list of some issues expected to be resolved with this update on Tuesday. Hive bosses in Anan, Brood Queen, and Zilox were not counting as Hive boss kills and bounties. Some players couldn't respawn if they died during the boss fight of the Inverted Spire Strike. Some of these are amusing. I'm sorry. Players could get out of an environment in several Crucible maps. This is the second time they've done a fix for that. Some quest items were not dropping in the Moon free roam activity. This prevented completion of several Essence quests such as Essence of Rage, Essence of Insanity, and Essence of Servitude. The Unrelenting perk was not triggering health regeneration. Might of Multi-Tools Catalyst wasn't dropping from competitive Crucible wins. Taken Scions were replicating too rapidly in some Prophecy dungeon encounters. Yeah. Garden of Salvation flawless completions were not awarding the inherent perfection triumph. Oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't attempt that. The High Celebrant sometimes wouldn't take damage nor go to the Ascendant Plane. Fixed an exploit where players could have Shelter from the Storm permanently applied in the Deep Stone Crypt raid. You may want to get your flawlesses done this week, folks. Stasis nerfs, let's go, right? How you doing, Blizz? Fixed an issue where Cloud Strike hits on the Divinity Cage counted as 2 precision hits. What? Oh, we gotta do a boss fight with Cloud Strike now. Come on. We really do. Fixed an issue where the Grandmaster Nightfall timer was set to 30 minutes. We still got it done though. Fixed an issue on PlayStation 5 preventing clan rosters from loading. We didn't get the one done this week. We almost got it done, but... Dust and Echoes, almost 9 years ago. Stats and files from our previous franchise, I can't say it. Halo, stopped getting updated on Bungie.net. Since then, all stats files and other data from Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo Reach have lived on in remembrance at halo.bungie.net. On February 9th, the halo.bungie.net website will be taken offline permanently. Everyone is welcome to save their stats and files however they can, if they'd like to save anything. Please keep in mind that our news articles, forums, and groups were imported into the current version of Bungie.net back in 2013. Known issues. While we continue investigating various known issues, here is a list of the latest issues that were reported to us in our help forum. The exotic ship reward from the High Celebrant mission is not properly showing. That is a rare chance reward in the activity description. Chances for this reward increase with each activity completion. Someone told me it took them 44 runs, guys. 44. Portals aren't opening when the High Celebrant leaves because the black orbs take no damage. Players can mitigate this issue by not using sidearms and not shooting the orb as it immediately spawns. Don't use sidearms, folks. Enemies in Crucible and PvE aren't colorblind friendly when highlighted. The special finisher mod no longer unlocks for new players. Bomber mods don't work when hunters have the Dragon Shadow exotic equipped. Oh, that sucks. The overload shot on auto rifles doesn't proc if you hold down the trigger right after reloading, even though it does the overload animation. Some players received the bird error code trying to get to the Wall of Wishes in the Last Wish raid. Sometimes the vault encounter in Last Wish won't let you read icons nor spawn enemies after slamming on a plate or finishing a phase. Our raid team has not had that problem. Sometimes Riven doesn't get stunned on the second level in the final encounter of the Last Wish raid. That's funny. Not a lot of people do Riven legit. The fact that that's funny. The forfeit Shrine Ascendant challenge completion doesn't count towards the Ascendant Champion or Honed for Speed triumphs. Blocking the Cursebreaker seal. Sadness. The Run the Gauntlet triumph doesn't unlock when completing the time trial in the Sumerian Garrison Ascendant challenge. Kara Bones are missing in the Shattered Throne dungeon and multiple Ascendant challenges. Okay, guys, they know about it. This is good stuff. I was too lazy to report it. I just kept telling people, watch the YouTube videos to do the Ascendant challenge, but you're not getting your bones. Players will sometimes go into a Nightfall with 16 people when they try loading into the tower. I know people who had that happen and they said it was a blast. They loved it. Sometimes dialogue gets cut off at the end of a Wrathborn hunt. For hunters using the Way of the Warrior subclass, Combination Blow sometimes stops working and doesn't give gamblers dodge back. Non-exo characters are receiving exo-specific dialogue on Europa. The Light of the Dawning emblem cannot equip stat trackers. And the Coaxial Bonds ornament for Ophidian Aspect, causing the bottom left of the screen to glitch and flicker. For a full list of emergent issues in Destiny 2, players can review our known issues article. Players who observe other issues should report them to our help forum.